Welcome back to another very quick video. In this one, we are quickly looking at Nndm. Nndm in the past 6 months has of course seen very big increases in price, but realistically since mid-February, we can see that the share price is now plummeting. We are down about 47% from only the 9th of February up until now, so of course that is a very big decrease. The question is though, should you buy the stock or should you avoid it? Well, of course I am not a financial advisor. I talk about this in every single episode, but if you might enjoy hearing my opinions, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we are growing at a very large rate and it is appreciated. But yeah, now that I've said that though, let's jump into this video. So in the past day or so, we are seeing more negative action with the stock. From 9:30 up until now, we are down about 8% again, which is unfortunate. In the past 5 days, we are looking at big decreases once again. We are down around 22.8%. So things not looking too great in the past week, and of course, a lot of stocks have been down in that time period. But once again, in the past month, we can see Nndm stock plummeting. It's down about 40% in the last 30 days. Now, realistically, looking at this one and what has happened in the past 6 months, I think it was to be expected that it was going to sell off by a significant amount at some point, but of course it has come at a very unfortunate time and has sold off by a very unfortunate amount. So of course I have a few reasons to why I personally believe that this has happened. The first reason why I think this has happened is because, one, the stock is up massively in the past year. You can imagine, guys, if you'd have bought this one at the lows in last year, you would basically be up a rather massive amount. If you'd have bought this one in mid 2020 and held up until now, or at least up until the highs, you'd be up around 500+%. So of course things would have given you very decent profits, and I think it is to be expected that at this point people probably started to take profits, and that is to be understood. Now, of course, another thing which has happened in the last week or so, maybe even the last 2 weeks, is of course a lot of the market has been selling off anyway. I think this has kind of caused the stock to take a little bit of a slide as well. I think it's just added to what was already going on. And another thing which I think is a major contributing factor is the type of people who were investing in this stock. Now, of course, it is to be expected that everybody wants to make money as fast as possible in the market, and I can completely understand that one. But for me at least, Nndm is more of a long-term hold. The fundamentals are great, the industry has a lot of room to expand, and subsequently so does the company. So for me, I definitely do believe it is more of a long-term investment than a short-term trade. But I think a lot of people did get into this one for the wrong reasons or with the wrong mentality, thinking that it was going to go only up and give us decent profits for a very long time. Now, I think if you are holding this one long term, it definitely does have a lot of room to see upside potential. But of course, at the first sign of this stock plummeting ever so slightly, I think a lot more people got a bit nervous, and over time, a lot of investors sold out at a loss. That's my personal reasoning for what has happened with this stock, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all, because now I think it is going to start to level out quite soon. I think if we can stay in the $7 range, or maybe even that low $8 range, I would be very comfortable with Nndm stock, obviously depending on market conditions, because the market is very volatile as a whole right now. So please do take that into account. But realistically, Nndm, in my opinion, is a solid stock. Obviously, the fundamentals are there with what they do. I think going forwards into future years, we could see this stock increase by a very large amount. If you want to see us take another fundamental look at Nndm, that absolutely can be done sometime in the near future. But of course, this one was just a quick update on what has happened and what I personally do believe will happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one was to sell off a bit more, and for that reason, if I was looking to get into this one, I would wait until mid-session of the day just to see how the general trend for this stock is going, and then of course I would use a dollar cost averaging strategy, perhaps buying shares once per day or once every other day to get the best price. And when I say that, I'm talking about in a poster. For example, if I was going to buy 100 shares, instead of buying 100 shares at one date, perhaps buy 10 shares every single day for 10 days, or maybe even 10 shares every other day for 20 days. In my opinion, I think that is the best method to get the best amount of shares at the most decent price as well. So that is personally the method that I would go for. But yeah, guys, this company is solid in my opinion. I think there is a lot of upside potential, and right now you could be asking yourself, is it the time to buy the dip? I would like to see it level out in the $8 range, perhaps even in the high $7 range. I would love to see that as well. I think if we can remain in that level, we would be doing pretty fantastic. But a lot of hype is now out of the stock in my opinion, and you could be asking yourself, is it the perfect time to buy? Personally, I think if you are holding this one long term, it absolutely could be, but please tell me what you think down in the comments. Thank you for watching though, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.